Taiwan has a constitution, an army, and an elected government, yet the United Nations doesn't formally recognize it. The reason? China considers the island one of its provinces, the government as illegitimate, and talk of independence deeply hostile. A new president in Taipei from the independent-leaning Democratic Progressive Party is testing China's tolerance, as is a new president in Washington. Here's the situation. Taiwan's first female president, Tsai Ing-wen, provoked an angry response from China by speaking to Donald Trump by telephone after he was elected. In deference to the Beijing government, no US leader has talked directly to a Taiwan president in almost 4 decades. Tsai says she wants peaceful ties with China while resisting pressure to acknowledge the One China principle. That principle has underpinned relations with China in the past. It's the understanding that both sides belong to one China, even if they have different ideas about what that means. Trump says his support for a one China policy hinges on cutting a better trade deal with China, prompting a complaint from the Chinese government.
I don't know why we have to be bound by a one China policy unless we make a deal with China.
Tsai is promising to follow public opinion on China. Polls show strong support for maintaining the status quo of coexistence and little immediate interest in independence. Here's the argument. Taiwan's 23.5 million people have built their economy into a technology and manufacturing powerhouse, with average income 3 times that of China's and much of Apple's iPhone made there. Voters turned to Tsai to keep the peace while building international ties, with a view to a future less dependent on the mainland. While many China watchers say there's too much at stake for military confrontation, Trump's election has added a degree of uncertainty to the old assumptions. An increasingly assertive China aims more than 1,200 missiles at Taiwan, and no peace treaty has been signed in the 7 decades since the government split. For the US, some analysts say supporting the One China policy has allowed it to sell weapons to Taiwan, and that's helped deter China from attempting to retake the island by force.